Welcome to We Love That For You, a wedding podcast with personality, perspective, and plenty of heart. We are Chris and Jackie from Limelight Entertainment, and we're here to help you plan your best day ever without the stress. All right, welcome back to We Love That For You. On the last episode, we talked about questions you should ask your potential wedding photographer. Today, we're talking about another behind-the-scenes moment. I love behind-the-scenes moments. This time from the photographer point of view. So, Chris, do you remember the story I told you? It was actually quite recently about the time the DJ came up to me literally right before introductions and said his cloud machine wasn't working.
I do.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah. So here's the story. We're about to do introductions and the DJ comes up to me and he goes, listen, cloud machine's not working. They had Dancing on the Clouds booked. Cloud machine's not working. I have another one en route. It'll be here soon. What we're going to do is we're going to do introductions, go right into a dance set, and then by the time that dance set's over, Clouds should be here ready to go for their first dance. And then he starts doing introductions, and he rolls into the first dance. So again, then he kind of is switching the gears here a little bit. Rolls right into first dance. Now, I don't notice a thing because we're just rolling on the normal format. So he does first dance without Clouds, does the parent dances without Clouds, and then comes up to me at some point during parent dances and says, all right, we got the machine to work. We're going to open up the dance floor with a slow dance with the Clouds, and the couple will come out, you'll get your photo, and then we'll open up that dance floor in that fashion. So either or, he was communicating with me the whole time. So we got the shots that we needed. The couple got their Dancing on the Clouds photos, and I don't think that the couple really cared either way as long as they got that photo. The dance floor popped off right after that. They did their Dancing on the Clouds. He pulled all the couples up, had them join the bride and groom on their cloud dance, and then opened the dance floor and everybody raged. And then they sat them and then they did speeches. So things did change and they changed pretty rapidly, but it was pretty seamless between him and I, where he was just like, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to fix it. And I was like, okay, I got your back. And then things switched again. He's like, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to fix it. And I'm like, all right, I got your back. So the whole time, we just worked together and ended up having a great night.
Yeah, that's cool. It was good communication. Things popped off and everything went smoothly.
Yeah. Got their photos. They got their Dancing on the Cloud photos. The guests had no clue either or. It looked like it was all part of the production. So it was just another successful story of like two vendors working together, communicating well and having each other's back no matter what happens, Absolutely. And this wasn't our DJ team. This was a different DJ team, but this is just how we all work, It doesn't matter who is with us. That's the respect we're going to give to the other vendors that are,
That's a true professional.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, my couple is my top priority. So working well with other vendors is also part of that priority. So Chris, I'm curious, what would you have been thinking if that was you in that situation?
If my Dancing on the Clouds machine wasn't working?
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. I would have just completely pivoted, I probably would have just gone straight from introductions into a dance set.
Yeah.
And then just decided, hey, we're going to do the first dance and parent dances later, maybe towards the tail end of dinner.
Yeah.
Right. So, that could be like another transition, get the new dance, the backup Dancing on the Clouds machine there, in time and set up and ready for that first dance, a little later in the night.
Yeah. Just alternating your order of events.
Yeah, that's it. Just move things around,
Yeah.
You have to be able to pivot and work with different audibles.
Yeah. I mean, and speaking of pivot, I'm guessing it's pretty common for vendors to have to pivot like that and that this kind of teamwork is something that couples should expect when they hire a strong vendor team.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. For a moment like this where equipment fails, but the couple's vision still matters, what do you think is most important from the DJ side? Like communication, timing, staying calm? Like, what do you think is most important in that situation?
All of the above. Communication, number one, and that might be really tough for a vendor, right? Because the last thing you want to do is tell
something's going on.
Your client that, hey, something is not right now. We're going to fix it. I can guarantee you we're going to fix it, but we're going to have to switch things around. That could be a very uncomfortable conversation to have with your client, in a live moment, but those conversations have to be had. This way, your client has clear expectations on how the night is going to move forward, and you're also ensuring them that, hey, don't worry about this. This is just a small bump, but we're going to fix it, and we're just moving things around a little bit. Yeah. And then, the rest of the night is going to be exactly what you want it to be. Yeah. So communication up front is key. Yeah. And then, all of the above as well. Just staying calm and really making sure that you fix the issue at hand, take care of everything, and, have a smooth road moving forward.
It's definitely a hard conversation to have, but how awkward would it be if you didn't say
If you
a word?
didn't have the conversation,
then they have no idea
worse.
What's happening.
They're
in the dark, and they're like, what's going on? Why isn't this happening? And then the anxiety builds inside of them.
Exactly.
Like, I'm in the middle of my first dance, and I'm supposed to have Dancing on the Clouds, and it's not here.
Yeah, like if
instead of going up to them and being like, here's what's happening, here's how we're gonna fix it, and we're gonna make this happen for you. And let them know what to expect.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, cool. And staying calm. Do you think couples realize how often vendors support each other behind the scenes to keep these moments seamless? I feel like this is something that we've already talked about before. Like, I think couples know that vendors work together, and I think that, those behind the scene moments, they just happen without them knowing it's happening. But I think that they trust their vendor team, and that all of this communication is going to happen.
Of course. If you have a great vendor team, then no one's going to notice what's happening behind the scenes, because it's just all happening.
It's like a production. It's like a show.
Yeah, it's when you don't have a great vendor team that you start noticing
to see
things are going wrong.
Yeah, it's like a show. It's like behind the curtains, all these things are happening, but you're watching the show.
100%.
And cool. In your experience, what separates a vendor who rolls with these situations from one who doesn't handle them as well?
If someone can't roll with the punches at a live event, there's going to be, it's just going to feel awkward, and nothing's going to run smoothly. So.
Okay, so Chris, after hearing this story, do you think moments like this highlight the difference between hobby-level vendors and seasoned pros who know how to pivot without panicking?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. That DJ that you were working with was definitely a seasoned pro, for sure. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to pivot and change things up to make sure that the event was still flawless, which was great. So... And
do you have any advice for the viewers on things that might stand out to them, or ways that they can find a professional DJ versus maybe, let's say, a hobbyist DJ?
I do. I have lots of advice, lots of tips on that, and we're gonna touch base on that in our next episode. So our listeners should definitely tune into our next episode, and we'll talk about, all the things that you should be looking for when you're looking to hire a wedding DJ.
Yeah, we'll dive into it next episode for sure.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, this moment is definitely the perfect example of why choosing the right DJ matters. And it's not just about playing music. It's about being prepared. It's about being communicative. It's about adapting without panicking, protecting the energy of the entire celebration. So in our next episode, we'll break down how to find the right DJ for your wedding, what to look for, what to ask, and how to know you're choosing someone who can guide the night and handle curveballs and keep your celebration running smooth from start to finish. So thanks for tuning in, and we hope that you tune in next episode. And remember, wherever you're planning and whatever you are dreaming, we love that for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If this episode was helpful, make sure you follow or subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We love hearing from you, so if you have a question, a planning struggle, or an episode idea, email me at jackie@limelihtentertainmentnj.com. There's a really good chance your question becomes a future episode. And if you're planning a New Jersey wedding and want vendors who truly care, you can find us at limelightwedding.com. And remember, wherever you're planning and whatever you're dreaming, we love that for you.